it takes. Whatever it takes. He is so disqualified. Oh!
Drew McIntyre's backstage rage after SmackDown. Drew McIntyre was screaming backstage after SmackDown, and honestly, can you blame the man? The Scottish Psychopath just had his second championship opportunity in recent months end in the most frustrating way possible. Not a clean loss where at least you can say the better man won. Not a screwjob where someone interfered and cost you the match. But a disqualification where Cody Rhodes hit him with the championship belt because apparently that was the only way Cody could keep his title. Drew walked to the back muttering whatever it takes before screaming it at the top of his lungs, and somewhere in WWE headquarters, creative writers are scrambling because Drew McIntyre, unhinged and desperate, is either going to create incredible television or absolute chaos. Welcome back to the Wrestling Hidden Insight, and today we're breaking down Drew's meltdown, why his frustration is completely justified, whether WWE is finally going to pull the trigger on a proper Drew McIntyre championship reign, and why the question isn't if Drew will snap but when and how violently. Let's set the scene because context makes Drew's rage so much more understandable. SmackDown's main event was an impromptu undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. This wasn't the planned match. This happened because Jacob Fatu was taken out backstage before his scheduled #1 contenders match against Drew. So WWE pivoted and gave Drew an immediate title shot against Cody. That's an upgrade, right? That's Drew getting exactly what he wants without having to go through a qualifier. Except it's also a setup for disappointment because impromptu title matches on television almost never end with the title changing hands. We've seen this formula 1,000 times. The champion retains, usually in a way that protects both wrestlers, and everyone moves on to the next storyline. And that's exactly what happened. Drew and Cody had their match and it was going well until the finish. Cody, facing a desperate situation and maybe realizing he couldn't beat Drew clean in that moment, grabbed the championship belt and hit Drew with it. Intentional disqualification. Cody retained the title because you can't lose a championship on a DQ. Drew technically won the match, but he didn't win the title. And that's the kind of technicality that drives wrestlers and fans absolutely insane. It's a win that means nothing. It's a moral victory that doesn't change Drew's status. He's still not the champion. He's still chasing. He's still coming up short despite being good enough to beat the champion if given a fair fight. So Drew walks to the back after this match, and you can see the frustration radiating off him. He's muttering to himself. And then cameras catch him saying whatever it takes before screaming those same words. Whatever it takes. That's not just anger. That's a man making a declaration. That's Drew McIntyre telling everyone within earshot that he's done playing by the rules, done being patient, done accepting these Pyrrhic victories that don't actually get him what he wants. Whatever it takes means Drew is about to do something drastic. Whatever it takes means all bets are off. Whatever it takes means Cody Rhodes better sleep with one eye open because the Scottish Psychopath is coming for him and nothing is going to stop him. And Drew doubled down the next day on social media. After apparently doing an intense leg workout because even in the middle of a mental breakdown Drew is still committed to his fitness routine, he went on Twitter or X and ranted about torching Cody Rhodes' bus. He said next week would be hell for the American Nightmare. This isn't kayfabe Drew the character being dramatic for the cameras. This is Drew the performer who's genuinely frustrated with his position in WWE, channeling that real frustration into his character work. And that's when wrestling is at its best, when the line between reality and storyline blurs just enough that you can't tell where one ends and the other begins. Now let's talk about why Drew's frustration is so valid and why this moment feels different from the usual he'll get his moment eventually reassurances. Drew McIntyre has been one of WWE's most consistent, most reliable, most talented performers for years now. He's a former WWE champion. He's main event caliber. He's got the look, the promo ability, the in-ring skills, everything you'd want in a top guy. And yet, WWE keeps teasing championship reigns for him and then pulling the rug out at the last second. It's like Lucy pulling the football away from Charlie Brown, except Charlie Brown is 6'5", 265 pounds of Scottish fury, and he's getting really tired of landing on his back. Drew's last proper WWE Championship reign was in 2021. That's 4 years ago. And before that, he had 2 championship reigns during the Thunderdome era in 2020 when COVID meant there were no live fans in attendance. Drew has been very open about how much that bothers him. He became WWE champion during what should have been the pinnacle of his career, and there was nobody there to see it. No WrestleMania moment with 80,000 people cheering. No celebratory crowd shots of fans crying tears of joy. Just empty seats, piped-in crowd noise, and LED screens showing fans watching from home. That's devastating for a performer who worked his entire life to reach that moment. At WrestleMania 40, Drew finally got his moment in front of a live crowd. He defeated Seth Rollins and became World Heavyweight Champion. The place erupted. Drew had his WrestleMania moment. And then 5 minutes later, Damian Priest cashed in Money in the Bank and took the title away from him. 5 minutes. Drew's second chance at a proper championship reign with fans lasted 5 minutes. That's not a reign. That's a cruel joke. That's WWE dangling happiness in front of someone and then snatching it away before they can even process what's happening. Since then, Drew has been in the title picture consistently. He challenged Cody at WrestlePalooza last month and lost. Now he challenged Cody again on SmackDown and technically won but didn't get the title because of the DQ. Drew is doing everything right. He's cutting great promos. He's having heat. He's moving merchandise. He's everything WWE should want in a world champion. And yet, they keep finding reasons not to put the belt on him. And that has to be maddening not just for Drew the character, but for Drew McIntyre the person who's put in the work and delivered every single time he's been asked. Multiple industry veterans have said Drew is the right guy to carry the company. People with decades of experience, people who know what it takes to be a top star, have looked at Drew and said, yeah, that's the guy. And WWE just won't pull the trigger. What? What's the hesitation? Is it because Cody's story isn't finished yet? Is it because they're saving Drew's big moment for a specific event? Is it because creative genuinely doesn't see Drew the way everyone else does? We don't have those answers, but the frustration from fans who want to see Drew get his due is palpable. Drew has also started calling Cody Corporate Cody, which is a fascinating character choice. It positions Cody not just as the champion Drew wants to beat, but as a symbol of everything Drew hates about WWE's corporate structure. Cody is the golden boy. Cody is the chosen one. Cody gets the marketing push, the merchandise, the favorable booking.